What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a good Wednesday. I keep thinking it's Tuesday because I'm not used to 12-game slates on a Wednesday. I don't think we've had that this whole season. It's only when football starts because that way they don't have to do it on Thursday. And yeah, you know the reasons. Anyway, let's get into it. It's a pretty interesting little slate here. Again, it's hard to find the obvious stacks. I think the obvious ones are going to be you're going to have more concentrated chalk on a big slate and without a Coors game or something, where maybe you could argue about getting different. I like the Angels for what it's worth. I think the ownership is getting a little bit too high, and I like Atlanta fine. I like the lefties better, and I think the ownership's getting a little high over there as well. So I'm a little bit choosing to pivot. If I play the Angels, I'm going to play them with the Giants. They sort of correlate really well position-wise. So I'm going to do that. The Giants are way up there for me today, and as I always say, like I have better results when I play the Giants overall. Again, I might do nothing most of the time, 70% of the time, but when they hit big. So I do like them. I am a little always worried. Colorado doesn't have that many lefties. It's only really they could use Gomber out of the pen again. So that's what I'm deciding between. Sheets, how's it going, man? Now you got the orange shirt on for the Giants.
Yeah, I'm coaching tonight.
Oh, nice. I thought it was for the Giants stacks is the reason.
No, oh, it's a good idea though.
There you go. This
is Virginia.
Happened magically.
So I just actually redid. I just updated the projection, so I didn't build yet. So I'm going to just take a look and see what my sheets look like, and then I'm going to build and see what I want to do. So DraftKings, it still looks to be the same for me with Nola significantly at the top.
Yep.
And then just I don't know exactly what I would want to do next pitching wise. So I'm going to get back to that.
Okay.
With stacks and hitting, again, according to my stuff, again, it's Atlanta, LA, Boston, and then Baltimore, Yankees, Minnesota, Oakland, San Francisco. Okay, so same, pretty much the same. Except Baltimore got a little bit of upgrade and the Yankees got a little bit of an upgrade for me since the last time I looked. Are you getting to any of those in actual play?
Baltimore,
Yankees, anything like that?
Yeah, I actually have some Yankees, and it's interesting because this is definitely the Yankees D-, D+ ish lineup.
And that's what that's what we suspected, right?
That was the reason for the run total. I mean, the Yankees are down to a 3.6 run total against Mitch White. That is so bizarre to me. I don't even know how to explain. Like, even if you just put I guess it is Marwin Gonzalez batting sixth, but they're so cheap. You can use them for fillers anyway. Like Peraza, I love. I think he's talented. And, shortstop position, minimum costs. Let's go. Cabrera. And then you pair those with Judge as a mini stack. That's more where I'm treating the Yankees as the 3-man. I don't want to go with the full 5-man of the Yankees because it doesn't – then I have to play Marwin Gonzalez and Aaron Hicks batting ninth. It just doesn't feel right.
You got against what the hell you got against Marvin Gonzalez anyway?
So let's just see for what Marwin Gonzalez has done this year.
Since I asked, right?
Yeah, so he's hit 4 home runs and 130 at bats against.
Let's go. Oh, that's not good, right?
It's not. There's guys who we play who people talk about that are worse than that, but It's just not an exciting play to make. I honestly still think that total in that game is just bizarrely low. Like I really think people should be betting the over on that game. I think Toronto's run total is a little higher than you'd expect, but still at 7 total on that game, it just feels too low. What are they going to do? That's Judge responsible for 7 runs anyway. No, especially if they keep walking Judge every at bat. They've walked Judge 7 out of his last 9 at bats,
and they're going to walk. They're going to walk him again until he gets back to New York.
Maybe. I don't know how he keeps taking these walks too. By the way, he took a bad called strike 3 the other night. Like it was a bad call, but still,
you can't take a strike 3 when you got 60 home runs.
And he does though. That's what's crazy about his 60 home run season. And make it like I have even more respect for him. Like how good do you have to be? Like when you have the most called strike 3s on you, when you have as many walks as you do, and you're still hitting 60 home runs, leading the league in hitting and RBIs, it's pretty incredible. It's very, very Bonds-esque. Anyway, but I like the Giants a lot. I'm sort of sticking by that take pretty strong. I do worry about what Colorado does with the bullpen in this game. And if they bring in Gomber out of the bullpen again, which they did the other day only for 5 pitches, that's the only way they could flip this lineup up where it would be tricky, because you have all these lefties in there. The other problem is the Giants are, as we know, the Giants and Angels are always the last two teams to get their lineups in. So I think that maybe them coming out late might suppress a little bit of the ownership. And I like the Angels, but I think that it's a little too high of ownership to make them a priority. So I've got the Angels in my main stack with the Giants, but I don't have them anywhere else. That's the way I'm treating it.
Okay. What do you think about Verlander and Cole?
I have one lineup with them both together. Otherwise, I don't have them at all.
We think they're going to be limited in some way.
I don't even think it's going to be that limited. I don't think first of all, Nola is by far the best play, in my opinion, on the slate. Good to see my man WW Fresh, aka Brooklyn Juice, in the chat. What's up, man? But I don't know. I think that I would rather. I don't see like the leash having to be as long, and the truth is they may not need it at all. They could roll through it. It's a tougher matchup for Cole, where I've heard some talk out there that they're the Colt. They don't want the Blue Jays to make that spot in the playoffs because they don't want to play the Blue Jays, and I'm like, I don't think they care at all based on the lineup they released today. So I think Garrett Cole will get his 90 some odd pitches probably. Maybe gets up to 100, and same with Verlander, which is good enough. But it's not like the spot is so much better, and I just love the situation for Nola with the wind blowing in, 53 degrees in Chicago. I've even come around to the idea of your Wisniewski thing, but I just don't think I can pull the trigger. There's too many other guys. But I wouldn't like fault anybody for doing it. And I think Woodruff in even a tough matchup on paper, it's a team he's very familiar with that he's actually been really, really good against. So that's why I don't find the need to play them. I think that actually everybody's saying that Cole might have the longer leash, and that may be true. I think Verlander's matchup is significantly better than Cole's is, obviously. So I would probably, if I had to side one way, I would side with Verlander. But I'm not finding that I need to. I still love Kirby. He's in my main lineup. I have a lot of Odorizzi, and I have some Rich Hill. I also have some Michael Lorenzen and Taijuan Walker. But most of my primary big buy-ins are mostly Nola, Kirby, Woodruff. I do have some Odorizzi and Taijuan Walker in those. And then my semi-smaller buy-ins, Rich Hill, Odorizzi, and then the one Cole Verlander lineup just because I want to just in case thing, Yeah,
I'm taking low. My low-owned pitching shots are going to be Josiah Gray. It's going to be Odorizzi.
Woohoo! I love that Josiah Gray play.
Jared Lorenzen and the Wisniewski. Those are the low-owned pitching shots I'm taking.
Yeah, and a good question for Peyton Wavy just on that. No Quintana. I actually think Quintana is completely legitimately in play today. I have no problem if you want to do that. I didn't get to him, but I think there's nothing wrong with taking a shot on Quintana today at all. He's too cheap. He's been good lately. He doesn't tend to put up big numbers, and I always want the ceiling, and I feel like guys like Josiah Gray could hit that ceiling. You know what I mean? Even Jake Odorizzi at 5,400 could hit a ceiling. Like he could hit a 30 fantasy point game, and at 5,400, that's just, I'll take that,
Yeah.
And at Kirby, even with the limited pitches or whatever that he always throws, like a little less than 90, he's just very, very efficient. He broke the record, right, this year for the most consecutive strikes in a game. He did walk 3 guys in his last game, but in general is really, really good at keeping guys off the bases. So I don't worry. His 85 pitches equate to most pitchers' 100 pitches because he's around the zone enough and he has a high K rate. So I'm siding sort of on the Kirby side of things today as my other guy. I'm not as worried about a pitcher. Go ahead. No. I feel like it's fishy chalk for the bats. That's how I feel. So I'm okay with taking whatever pitchers at any chalk because I don't think these bats, the Trout Ohtani, of course, there's 2 home run upside for both of them every time they play. But I am not finding myself like I can get off the board even if I play them with, like I have a 4-4 stack with them and the Giants, which people are going to play the Giants on FanDuel. Nobody's going to play them on DraftKings. Right?
Yep.
They're super cheap you've got Jock as one of the highest 5,300 on FanDuel, on DraftKings, 2,600 on FanDuel, and that's just a bunch of that. We don't even know what the lineup's going to look like, but I do expect it to be really low owned. I have basically the Giants, Boston, Baltimore game as my next favorite. The Atlanta game, the Atlanta side of things, but I prefer the lefties. It's almost like it's 8 miles an hour blowing in from left. A little bit harder for the righties to hit it out than usual. only 66 degrees, huge park. It's a park upgrade for most teams, but the Braves just hit so much better at home in general, although, of course, they went off last night. But I really like that. That's what most of my teams are circulating between San Fran, Atlanta, Boston, Baltimore, New York, the Dodgers, and the Angels. But
I am as advertised game stacking the Angels game. That means I'm using the A's on the other side of that.
Love it.
And I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm investing something like $50 in the Colorado Rockies today.
Yeah, and that answers. Hey, look, what's up to my man Eric Johnson in chat? He says, "What's that? Talk him off the Rockies."
Nope.
You're looking at the wrong place. I'm not going to talk you off the Rockies.
Came to the wrong place, sir.
Yeah, today I feel like the stacks are all viable. I just don't feel great about any of them. So I'm just completely okay with mostly fading the chalk outside of combining it with my really low-owned Giants stack.
Yeah, the Giants one could be. Yeah, it's gonna be that game, man. That's it. That's it. That's what it comes down to. It always comes down to Colorado at San Francisco.
Right.
Has Colorado at San Francisco ever won? I mean, like,
I went to actually. That's funny you mentioned that because I went to a game there. I wasn't playing that day. It was a day game, and I went with a girl I was seeing at the time, and Colorado put up like 13 runs or 14 runs in the game. It was like a 13-10 game.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah, no. If you get that game tonight, man, why not? You do have to, look, if Bill Miller as the umpire, that is obviously like a little tick down. But again, I'm not as worried because I'm mostly not fully stacking. Like I'm going 4s, 4-3-1s, 4-2-2s, 4-4s. So it makes it a little bit better when you take it from that angle. Like I did the Giants stack the other night really well. Maybe it was last week, and I took 4 Giants, and the Giants only scored 5 or 6 runs, but I got 3 home runs and 2 doubles from my other guy. So it's like the perfect, you know what I mean? and basically nobody else on the team had more than like 2 fantasy points. And that's what you need.
Just so you know, Bobby, I am not going to be around for live. Actually, I'm not going to be around at all tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, because I'll do it live in the morning. Because we got the morning slate.
There's a morning slate. Yeah, I'm seeing my mom and
so I'll be live at noon Eastern tomorrow, guys, and we'll.
Is there a main baseball slate tomorrow as well in the evening or no?
There is more games than I thought there were actually. Hold on, that actually is the main slate. Maybe. Yeah, there's 2, 3, 4, 5. It's enough. And the morning slate is a little lighter than I thought. There's only 4 games in the morning slate. So take that as you will. Hey, Banks, it's a good question. I actually like the Dodgers. Again, probably not going with the full stack, but I like getting to some Will Smith at catcher. I like getting to some Mookie, Trey Turner, Muncy. I have a couple 4-mans, but mostly it's like 2-mans. Like Dodgers are part of my 4-2-2s. But I definitely think that they're viable even against Musgrove.
I would like to point out, I mean, just as a one-off or whatever, that Jesus Aguilar is hitting 4th and is 2K flat at Fenway Park.
Now you also have Mike Ford batting at 2K flat, and he's probably batting 5th for the Angels. Just so you might have a battle of the 2Ks there.
Yeah.
I did consider Aguilar, but I don't like this Orioles lineup that they put out at all. McKenna is probably getting pinch hit for at some point. Aguilar maybe pinch hit for at some point. Even Hayes, there's always a chance. Same with Nevin. It's cheap. It's really easy to get him in, but it's not the greatest lineup. It actually gets me a little bit more on the look. We could take a shot with Rich Hill here. I don't think it's a bad shot to take with Rich Hill. I guess that's my hotter take is that the Rich Hill. I'm playing it in some things, but that could be what wins the lottery is the Rich Hill Odorizzi pairing.
Not the Odorizzi Josiah Gray pairing, huh?
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Mine is cheaper. On Arizona, I do not ever stack against the best pitchers in baseball, and there's no reason to do it today.
By the way, I actually do have.
You have an Arizona stack? Oh,
No,
God.
I do have one lineup with the aforementioned Wisniewski, Josiah Gray together.
Oh, there you go. Just play the Braves and Angels if you want to. You don't even have to worry.
Right, exactly. Oh, Corey Seager is out. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be out today. It's another bump for Kirby. Boy, the run total in that game, 2.8 run total against him. Oof. That feels like a little too much respect, even though I like him tonight.
Would you get to Yastrzemski? He's probably gonna be hitting low, right?
No, I mean, there's a good chance he hits second.
First. Oh, really?
Yeah, he'll bat the top 3 a lot of the time, and sometimes he'll bat 8th. The Giants are really weird. Like, they take Tampa Bay stuff to like a whole different level. You know, they go nuts with what they're doing. I do have a few home run calls today that are a little odd, so I just try to throw out there. The obvious one is Matt Olson. The less obvious one is Vlad Guerrero, and I like Josh Donaldson.
Okay.
And those are my 3 home run calls. I also really like as plays Michael Harris, Lamont Wade, and really, I think there's a good chance that Jock hits one out tonight. Like a really good, the perfect pitcher for him to hit against.
So I'll give you my. So the 2 no shot ones. So we're gonna go with Seth Brown. Sean Murphy.
Oh yeah, I like that.
And the aforementioned Ryan McMahon.
Oh, Ryan, there you go. So you got to play the Rocky stack. So you playing the 5-man? You going for the full thing?
May as well, right?
Yeah, of
course.
May
as well.
If you're going to do it on this slate, why not? You know.
May as well.
It's so weird to spend the most money at the worst hitters park for the worst team against right-handed pitching.
It's just so crazy. Just so crazy. It just might work.
It's serious. I'm actually not against it at all. Like usually I'm like, come on, guys, what are we doing with this on this slate and stuff? I can't say that about today. I actually think they're completely viable. And don't play Arizona. Do yourself a favor. Don't play Arizona. We're gonna pick on a pitcher who at his worst game gives up 2 runs, and that only happens like once every.
Who does Arizona play?
They're playing Verlander, Houston.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think anyone.
I wouldn't do that.
I saw Verlander give up 6 runs in the first inning and still throw a complete game and be the highest scoring pitcher on the slate. You know what I mean? He's a different one. That's the only thing that worries me about the pitch count thing is like they want them totally warmed up for their first start. So you'd think they'd want them to be right around 95 up to 100, I think. But they get one more start after this. So maybe they go 90 this time and then 100 the next time. I don't know. Because they're going to have some time off, like the Yankees and Astros. I just keep getting stuck with it in my head. Like, is it actually a problem? You know, what would I want as a manager? I probably would want them to throw 100 pitches.
Right.
But I still like Nola. Yeah, Nola's my top pitcher on FanDuel. Nola's, in fact, my only pitcher on FanDuel.
He's my only pitcher on FanDuel.
Yeah. Same page here. If Nola gets hit tonight, just whatever. The gods are against him, and they hate us.
He can get hit. I mean,
no, I know he can, but like, I mean, you couldn't have more in your favor than what he has tonight. Like, hard winds blowing in, a high strikeout, lots of chasing team in Chicago, a lousy Chicago lineup on top of it, with just an immense amount of strikeouts in it. I mean, everything is just in his direction. It's not official that Verlander is limited. We're going off of speculation based on like one previous start and the fact that they have nothing to play for. So are they going to push him out? Is he going to get that 9th inning? My guess is they'll probably, if he's rolling through 6, they'll probably just take him out. He only threw 93 in his last game, but he threw 93. I mean, that's not nothing. You know what I mean? And he pitched 6 innings, so he just didn't come out again in the 7th. So maybe if he was at 93 in the middle of the inning, maybe he finishes the inning. My guess is either way that he and Cole both are going to be around 6 innings. I don't love the matchup for Cole. And I think Verlander you're saving some money with the other guys. And I think that, I don't know, maybe I just think that Nola and Woodruff have a little bit of a higher upside tonight.
You playing any Dodgers?
Yeah.
I'm getting some on FanDuel.
Yeah, they're cheap over there. I'm playing 2 555s tonight, and I'll just say that I have at least 3 Giants in both of those lineups, and they're different Giants. So I'm sticking by.
You don't even know who's playing yet, right?
Exactly, right. But I'm going with it anyway. Let's see, any other questions up there? We answered the Dodgers. We answered that. Guys, firing anything else you're thinking of? Got a little bit more of an active group today, which is nice. Fun to always see Eric Johnson in here. Always good to see WW Fresh. I'm sure we'll get him back around, especially during basketball season.
Oh, my God, that's right. That's coming. It's coming. You can't stop it.
God. The stress is going to be through the roof.
Can't stop it.
It's going to get worse, man. I'm telling you. It's really, really crazy. Wow, what is that? Okay.
I can't. What's the limit you could play in the 555? What's the maximum amount?
On DraftKings?
Yeah.
Let me see real quick.
Just want to figure out how much I want to put on these Rockies.
Oh, you're going for it in the
No, I'm kidding.
Hey, you can do it, man. There was a slate to do it.
I'm not doing it. Just kidding.
Full contest details. People can enter 9 entries.
That's it. Oh,
only 9-1 against us.
I'm only playing Colorado if I could put some real volume. Only 9 555s? No way.
If there was 36 entries allowed, you'd
then I'd play them all. Now it's like all winter fade. It's like I'm not. Yeah, no way.
Oh God, that lineup is pretty bad that they released for the A's. By the way.
Oh really? Yeah.
I like Seth Brown and I like Sean Murphy. And look, you can always fill in with a Kemp or one of the minimum cost guys, but they just put them all out there. and they don't have it's pretty ugly.
You got something against Vimail Machin?
Machin?
He's the machine.
He's whatever. But this is what the A's have been like. And am I crazy, or does it seem like the A's have broken like a ton of slates lately? Like nobody played them, so it didn't matter. But they put up if they put up 6 runs, that's the same as another team putting up like 10 runs.
Dude, how does an Oakland Colorado pairing go? You like that?
Yeah, there's nobody. That sounds like a lottery winner to me.
I have that in actually a tournament that is more than the lottery. Believe it or not, not much more, but it's more than the lottery.
Well, I'm gonna need a Giants lineup. To answer the question, I will answer. Cam the Man is asking, what is my favorite low on stack? I will say the Giants on DraftKings. On FanDuel, I would say the Yankees and Dodgers.
I have a dumb question. I think you answered this already. Straight up, Verlander or Cole?
I give a slight edge to Verlander for the matchup. I think Cole is more likely to throw more pitches. But I don't really prefer them, so it's hard.
Okay.
I mean, Cole hasn't ever been limited. I've never watched Garrett Cole pitch in a game where he was really limited pitch-wise.
No.
At least we saw Verlander do it. Bobby, who do I like at shortstop? So I really like the kid from the Yankees, the 2K guy on DraftKings, and I really like Bogarts, Rengifo, and Turner would be my next 3. Eric Johnson saying that A's are going to be chalky. I don't know where you're getting that from. I don't have the A's as chalky at all today. I think you're going to have 2 10%ers at most from their team. Now, I guess that's somewhat chalky for this size slate. I don't know. I wouldn't call them a chalky team. I don't think a full 5-man A's stack is going to be very popular. Let me just double check. I'll check Sheets' ownership projections. Sheets doesn't have anybody above 8% for the A's. I'm not going to say who says what, but nobody above 8%.
I want to know why Brandon Woodruff, who's scored 30 fantasy points 3 games in a row, is less owned than these other guys.
It's a good question. It's the interpreted matchup with the Cardinals, but like I said, he's been really good against this team. It is a higher risk. I would say he's the highest risk of the guys that I like. It's so easy to double spend up, though. I think Kirby is. I really like the Kirby play. I feel like this might be a double-digit strikeout game for him. Let's see. Come on, update. Can't keep telling me what Adley Rushman's ownership is.
All right, I got to go to the game. Good luck, everybody. I will see you later on.
Good luck, everybody. I'm here, right? I'm here, so I'll shut it down. Don't shut it down. Yeah. Bill Miller is supposedly in San Francisco, but I looked at another thing that said that he may not be, that they're not deciding till game time. So I don't know what to take that to mean. That was just a little tweet that I saw. So still up in the air on that. I'm not all out into it. Eric Johnson, of course you like the Cards. On a day you can literally stack anybody. Let's go ahead and try and pick on the guys who have been the absolute best. Why do we do that? You know what I mean? I know you love to do it. You say it all the time. It's never worked. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure it's worked sometime. Soto for the Angels has been hot. I don't know who that is. So Soto doesn't play for the Angels. Is there another? Oh, the other Soto, Levon Soto or whatever. I don't care about the hot guy who's hitting 2K, batting 9th. If he's batting higher in the order, sure, include me. I just have no interest in trying to go out of my way. There's so many 2K guys because there's so many guys playing minor leaguers right now. So many teams are playing minor leaguers. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here, finish building my lineups. Any other questions, I'll give it another 30 seconds so I can let you guys respond. Otherwise, I appreciate all you guys. Please like the video before you get out of here. We've got some cool new content coming out for football, so keep an eye out for that. And let's make some money tonight. Good luck, everybody.